Okay. Hi.
I'm not here to beat a dead horse, but the last couple years have been horrible.
Tell your name and your address.
Yeah, I'm Abby Unrath.
All right.
I'm actually in Magnolia Springs, so a little bit outside of Fairhope. But my family's been through a lot the last couple years, and I just wanted to share a little something as it relates to tonight. I'm a Baldwin County resident. My mother-in-law was recently killed in a tragic automobile accident in Grand Rapids, Michigan. This was in June 2022. She was not distracted. She was not on her phone. She was driving under the speed limit, seatbelt buckled, several car distances away, most likely with her hands at 10 and 2. She was as cautious and careful and law-abiding as they come. Born and raised in that area, she served at the local school for over 20 years, volunteered relentlessly at her church. She loved her community dearly and devoted her life to it in many ways. As she drove to pick up cabinet hardware to complete the dream kitchen she had worked on and waited 25 years for, her car rapidly approached a vehicle in front of her on US 131. She slowed and brought her vehicle to a complete stop as she realized that car in front of her was actually in reverse on the interstate. Though she saw him, though she controlled her own vehicle, another vehicle behind her didn't have the time or luxury of stopping. This woman was 37 years old in the car behind her. My mother-in-law was hit from the rear at full speed of 77 miles per hour by another innocent woman. Then her car imploded into the driver in front. They were both killed in the accident. Both Christians, both community servants, one a teacher, one a nurse. One single mother of 2 young children, now being raised without parents. The driver of the initial vehicle, in reverse, was a Haitian immigrant named Antoine Azard. He was the only driver that day to survive. He didn't speak English, so at the scene of the crime, there were dozens of police officers, state and local. He couldn't speak English to describe the account of the accident. It's taken 2.5 years for the trial. He was finally charged with 2 counts of reckless driving causing death. It's not fun to be here. It seems slightly terrifying to be here, to highlight our thoughts in a space of contentious debate and place ourselves on the chopping block of public conversation and strong opinion, especially in a small town like Fairhope. But as I grow older and my children grow older, I start to recognize the politics and policies around the world and how it affects everything around us. I feel it's more than wrong to sit back and complain rather than to rise up and speak out. I'm a mother, a Christian. I'm not racist or uncompassionate. I'm not a bigot. And I'm certainly not an pretentious, entitled elite. I'm a wife. I'm a mom. I seek to be compassionate and caring and understanding. I seek to live a life that honors God and honors others, that loves others, that gives and cares too for others. I'm also a mom of 5 daughters. If my desire to help others endangered my own children by removing the locks on my doors and welcoming handfuls of young men, would that be the right thing to do in the name of compassion? Regardless of where they came from or how wonderful they were, my responsibility as a mother requires and demands my care and compassion first to protect my own. It would be neglectful and even abusive if I put the care of my own girls aside to accommodate the care of others. As tragic as my family's story is, I'm not here tonight to talk about Haitians or even immigration. I'm here to highlight what seems to be a growing concern for many of the citizens of this community and many across the country as a whole. The real issue I see brewing tonight isn't just about Fairhope or Baldwin County. It's about leadership across this country, even in tiny communities like this one, seemingly usurping the will of the people, the very people in which they were appointed to represent. The issue at hand tonight has struck a chord, as you can see. Not because people are rude or selfish or self-serving or closed-minded. It's not because they lean left or right, aren't loving, kind, or generous. A large portion is because somehow things like this seem to slip through, leaving the citizens concerned and confused as to how they weren't made aware. They weren't made a part of the discussion. That type of power and override is what this community, many who are here tonight and many who aren't, feeling like we are under the overarching rule of control rather than a community of information, understanding, and democracy. I'm not an expert on any of this, just a concerned mom, concerned resident, grieving daughter-in-law, who sees the issues and inefficiencies around our area, ill-equipped for rapid growth and development, the struggling who are already in front of us. I also see the beauty and blessings of this community, beautiful community. My prayer tonight is that we can come together and realize that we do not need to be pitted against each other, but should strive to come together in understanding and wisdom to handle the issues around us and ensure that we aren't standing on some ambiguous moral high horse, screaming back and forth in debate, before we ensure that the compassion that we hold for others is given to those already in front of us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Hi, Rebecca Watson, 124 Fig Avenue. I'm the chapter chair of Moms for Liberty. I wanted to come to address